Have you ever stopped to wonder how your body can go from a deadlift to a marathon? It's not magic, right? It's all thanks to this high-performance engine we all have, a biological machine that's always running, always burning fuel to power everything you do. So today, we're going to pop the hood and head straight into that engine room to really understand how it all works.
I mean, think about it. From the quiet beat of your heart right now to an all-out sprint, every single thing you do needs energy. Without that constant, reliable supply, everything would just grind to a halt. It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
And that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's not like we have a little fuel gauge on our arm that we can just glance at. So how does this amazing engine manage its fuel supply so perfectly, whether you're taking a slow walk or making a sudden explosive jump? Well, let's dive in and find out.
Okay, so to understand the engine, first we have to talk about the fuel. And in the human body, the direct usable fuel for absolutely everything comes down to one special little molecule. You can think of it as our body's universal energy cache.
And here it is, ATP, which stands for adenosine triphosphate. Now, when your muscle wants to contract, it can't just use a piece of chicken or a bite of pasta directly. No, it's picky. The only currency it accepts is ATP. By snapping off one of those phosphate bonds, bam, it releases a burst of energy that makes the muscle move.
But here's the catch, and it is a huge one. Your muscles only store enough of this ready-to-use ATP for about 2 to 3 seconds of all-out effort. That's it. So, wait a second. How in the world can we do anything that lasts longer than that?
Well, the answer is pretty brilliant. Our bodies have these 3 incredible backup systems, kind of like emergency generators. And they have one job, and one job only, to rebuild ATP as fast as possible so that we never, ever run out. And they work together like a perfectly timed relay race. For that first 10 seconds, the explosive start, bam, the ATP-PCR system is all you. Then, as you keep pushing hard, the glycolytic system grabs the baton. And finally, for anything that lasts longer, the oxidative system takes over for the long haul. They just blend from one to the next seamlessly.
And this table just lays it out so clearly. It's all about trade-offs. The ATP-PCR system is like a drag racer. Insane power, but it's a flash in the pan. Perfect for a heavy power lift. The glycolytic system is your muscle car. Still super fast and great for a gut-busting 400-meter run. But for the marathon, you need the oxidative system. That's your trusty diesel truck. It's not going to win a sprint, but it'll run for hours and hours.
All right, let's take a minute and bust a major fitness myth. You know that deep burn you feel when you're really pushing it in a workout? For decades, everyone pointed the finger at one thing, lactic acid. But what if I told you it's not the villain we all thought it was?
I'm serious. Is that burning sensation really caused by some toxic waste product that's holding you back? The science is pretty clear on this now, and the answer is not really. In fact, it's pretty much the opposite.
Far from being a bad guy, lactate is actually a superstar. It's a high-speed energy shuttle, moving fuel around your body. Your heart actually prefers to use it for fuel. So why the bad rap? Well, it's a case of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. See, lactate levels go up at the same time as other things, like hydrogen ions, and those are what actually cause the acidic, burning feeling. Lactate just gets the blame by association. It's not the cause of fatigue. It's actually a super useful fuel source.
So you finished that last sprint. You dropped the weights, the hard part's over, but you're still standing there gasping for air. Why is that? Well, your body has just entered the recovery phase, and it's got a debt to pay.
This is what's known as EPOC, or what people commonly call oxygen debt. See, during that intense anaerobic effort, you were spending energy on credit faster than you could supply it with oxygen. Now, after the work is done, you have to keep breathing hard to take in extra oxygen and pay back that debt, bringing your whole system back to baseline.
And what's all that extra oxygen doing? It's working hard. It's rebuilding those immediate ATP stores, helping your liver recycle that super useful lactate back into glucose, reloading your muscles and blood with oxygen, and fueling your still revved up metabolism. It's a full system reset, and understanding this is absolutely key to training smart.
Because this is where it all comes together. All this science is fascinating, but here's the best part. Once you understand these systems, you can start to train smarter, not just harder. You can actually target each specific energy system to get the exact results you're looking for.
Take a look at this. If you do high-intensity interval training, short, all-out bursts with rest in between, you're directly training your first two,
anaerobic systems. That's going to build power and speed. But if you go for a long, steady run or bike ride, you're specifically targeting and improving that oxidative system, building rock-solid endurance.
And there's no better example than comparing a sprinter to a marathoner. A sprinter is the absolute master of that first ATP PCR system, a pure explosion of power that's limited only by how much fuel they have right there in the muscle. The marathoner, on the other hand, is the master of the oxidative system, an incredibly efficient engine that's only limited by their fuel stores over the course of hours.
So the real takeaway here is that your body is this incredibly adaptable engine. When you sprint, you are teaching it to get better and faster at producing that explosive anaerobic energy. And when you go for a long jog, you're teaching it to become more efficient at using oxygen to create sustainable energy. You are the mechanic, tuning your own engine with every workout.
By understanding these systems, you're no longer just exercising. You're actually communicating with your body in the language it understands, the language of energy. So now that you know how the engine works, the only question left is, how are you going to fuel your next move?